Well, we're on to another week of college football, OU football. So, I said I was going to upload a video yesterday, and I didn't. Some things came up. Last couple weeks has just been crazy busy. But you're not here to hear about my life. You're here to hear about college football, OU football, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. Got some big news, some major updates that happened today. But before we get into that, I just kind of want to kind of give more of a recap of the OU TCU game. Removed from directly after the game. I gave my initial reaction of the game in my last video. But after I've looked at it a couple days, I said enough about Caleb Williams. I don't think you can say enough, but, there's everybody's talking about Caleb Williams right now. Our defense is really what we need to be focusing on. The more I went back, it just seemed like the tackling was just still an issue like it was against who was it really bad against? Was it West Virginia or Kansas State, I think, maybe? I can't remember. One of them was really bad, and just seems like that seems to be plaguing us. I know we have several of our cornerbacks out right now, several of our defensive players. So DJ Graham went out, concussion protocol, and update on him. He doesn't have a concussion, so he should be able to play this weekend, which would be huge. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but we probably didn't need him against Kansas, but I like to see him get out there, and I want to see those other guys get out there. So hopefully we'll get some of those guys back, but we're going to have to do better on defense if we're going to have any shot of hitting our goals that we want to hit. I think we could still win the Big 12 with a subpar defense, but we want to go in the playoffs. If we want to do something in the playoffs this year, we're going to have to be able to hold TCU to less than 31 points. But outside of the game, outside of the defense, I've watched all the press conferences of all the coaches and players, and everybody just seems really in a good headspace right now. Everybody seems really motivated. They seem really excited about where the team is heading. I don't know if it's just the Caleb Williams, insertion into the quarterback position, or if there's something else. Maybe they just kind of getting over those 7-point wins and finally being able to beat somebody by more than 7 points. But it seems like everybody, go back and watch those press conferences, you'll see what I'm saying. It seems like everybody's just really excited about where this is going. So anyways, they dropped the AP rankings yesterday, and OU was ranked number 3. And so I'm going to pull up all of the rankings. OU was ranked number 3, so we were 4 last week. So we have Georgia 1, Cincinnati 2, Oklahoma 3, Alabama 4, Ohio State 5, Michigan 6, Penn State 7, Oklahoma State 8, Michigan State 9, Oregon 10. Number 2, Iowa moved down to 11. After that, a bunch of teams with 1 or 2 losses, so not super important. Oklahoma State's now 8, like I said, so that's a big move from them. Big move. It's only 4 spots, but they're in the top 10. Is what I'm saying. So 2 Big 12 teams in the top 10. So Baylor moved up to 20 after beating number 19 BYU. So we, some good movement there. The shocker for me is Michigan. I don't understand, and I know it's Michigan. I know they've had their faults, but to me it seems like, why is Michigan not ranked higher than Ohio State? Ohio State has a loss, and it was a bad loss because they lost to Oregon, who has lost as well. And so anyways, I don't really get that, why they're not ranked at least 5th, but even Alabama has a 4th. And, this isn't really – I'm not basing that off of who do I think is better. I base this off of who has proved more this year, and Michigan's still undefeated, and they're in the Big Ten, so you can't say they don't play anybody. So anyways, outside of that, I don't see any big anything that just blows my mind. Texas is out of the big top 25 like they should be after losing 2 weeks in a row. Michigan State's undefeated, moved to number 9. Sorry. So some good rankings. OU's number 3 in there. So what are you going to say? I mean, it's really not any spots, but only 2 spots better than that. So, can't really say much about it. It's where it is what it is. In the coaches poll, we're number 2. Rankings right now really don't mean anything. You got to win out. You got to win. I don't know if OU could afford a loss the way they've played the first half of this season. So you just got to win. Doesn't matter where you're ranked at all. The next thing I want to talk about is a big pickup we got in recruiting today. Gentry Williams out of Booker T. Washington. I think he's a number 4 or number 3 rated cornerback in the 2022 class. He is a 4-star out of our very own Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so that's a huge pickup. Always like being able to pick up in-state guys, especially the ones that are highly, highly rated. He's a number 1 prospect out of the state of Oklahoma, so it's good to pick up those guys. We've had some troubled past not getting the top picks out of the state of Oklahoma, but I know a couple of weeks ago people were starting to kind of not freak out, but they were starting to get a little antsy about the 2022 class. We're ranked number 7 right now, and I don't think you can really complain too much about that right now. With a team that we don't have the top quarterback, we don't have those top wide receivers. I get it, but right now we've got some really solid defensive players that we've picked up. We got Gabriel Brownlow Dindy that we picked up last week, a 5-star defensive tackle, the first one since 2006. We're picking up a 4-star running back, Relique Brown, Gentry Williams. We got some more defensive linemen, linebackers, offensive line. I mean, it seems like we're not getting the skill players, but we're kind of getting the meat and bones, the meat and potatoes of the team. And so I'm really excited about this class, And then we got the 2023, which you can't really say much about the 2023 yet because, well, it's still a year away before you really get down to the nitty gritty. But we're still, we got the number 1 ranked team in that class. So. Hopefully we can keep that. But I'm really excited about this 2022. A lot of those guys are going to be playing next year. I feel like, even though they're going to be true freshmen, but there's going to be some guys that I think will be very impactful. I think Gentry Williams is going to be very impactful. I think Gabriel Brownlow and Dindy might actually start next year, and I think they're both going to be really good. Gentry Williams runs a 4.3, so he's going to be fast. He's going to fit into speed D really well. So. Yeah, I'm really excited. I know, like I said, a lot of people were kind of flipping out about the class, the 2022 class for OU. A few weeks ago, we lost someone decommitted. I can't remember what happened, but we're okay. We're ranked number 7, and we're picking up some really good pieces. And it's not over yet. We're still in the running for. Let's see, who was it? I saw. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his first name right, but Azariah Thomas out of Florida. He's a 4-star athlete, so we're still in the running. The crystal ball is kind of going between OU and LSU, maybe with Ed Orgeron, leaving, getting fired, leaving, whatever. LSU, maybe he kind of wants to go to OU where he knows who the head coach is going to be. Looks like he's going to probably going to play cornerback, so he might be another. Another with him and Gentry Williams. They might be 2 really good cornerback pickups if we can get him. So hopefully he'll pick us, and we'll see what happens. I guess crystal ball is leaning towards Oklahoma, so that's usually a pretty good sign. So hopefully he picks OU, and then that'll be 2 4-star cornerbacks in the 2022 draft, 5-star defensive lineman. That'd be a really, really solid class. I'd be really, really excited about. So outside of that, I don't really have anything else. There's really not much to talk about tomorrow. We have press conferences that, we'll kind of look forward to Kansas a little bit, talk about the TCU game. So maybe Wednesday I'll try to upload a video talking about those press conferences, looking at some of the bigger games this weekend, giving some predictions. And then Friday I'll do a OU versus Kansas prediction. So y'all have a good next couple of days. I'll see you on Wednesday, and Boomer Sooner, baby.